Yo, Kev. It's good, man.
What's up, my friend?
Go ahead, man. I know you want to say something. Just go ahead, man. I was all this anticipation, man. Go ahead.
Old head energy.
Genuine and true old head energy, man. Like legitimate
man.
old head energy. It's crazy.
The crazy thing is that I saw
crazy.
that, and then I was like, "What?" I was like, because if I call him, it's gonna be disingenuous because obviously I'm gonna make fun of him,
Oh, it would make it so much easier.
and clearly he's survived the ordeal.
Yeah.
But then I forgot to even check in with you till today. I saw it right before we started recording.
Now that
Because Alan tagged me on his response. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. So why don't you tell the good listener what happened?
Oh man. So yeah, man, my work, my job, the homies have been asking me to join this league, man, that they have at the job for like 10 years now. And I've been like, man, I ain't never playing ball with y'all, whatever, you know? So this year I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna join. I've been playing up at 24 hour. I'm ready. I'm gonna go run with them. So game 1, man. We was out in Burbank.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
you mean I could have seen this?
no, hell no, that would have been horrible. Yeah, man. We was up by 23. I had played pretty well the whole game. It was no big deal, So I look over at the bench, and I think to myself, I'm inbounding the ball. I look over at the bench, and I think, man, I should just sub out right now. We up by 23. It's 3 minutes left. We all trying to make sure we all get a chance to play, right? So then my homeboy looks over at me. He says, man, you need a breather, man? Because I had the N95 mask on, so I couldn't breathe through it, really.
Okay.
So these are two chances. So then I ignore all of that and just dribble up the court casually. I didn't sprint. It was a mild jog at best. Get down. No one's guarding me. So no one's guarding me yet. I'm just at the 3-point line. No one's guarding me. I take a casual step to the left. Literally a step, man. Like, not like a move, no cross, no nothing. Just take a step. Like a step that I would have taken going to the kitchen. Knee just collapsed. Boom, hit the floor, screaming.
Ooh.
Buckled.
Mr. Glass.
And that was it. But here's the thing. So I'm screaming like, and when you get hurt, like, whoa, what's happened to my camera? What was that all
there
about?
You are.
All right, well, there you go. That's gonna be in the show too. I'm not editing that out. Anyway,
Fantastic.
when you get hurt,
Was it StreamYard have some sort of HIPAA filter on it or something?
right? Well, when you get hurt like that, at this age, all you do is curse, right? So I'm laying on the ground, F-bomb over and over. So, anyway, so the curator of the league or whatever he is like, yo, man, we gonna have to call the ambulance, man. Like, you gonna, this looks pretty bad. And I'm like, wait a minute now, hold on, not that hurt. I'm not hurt enough to pay $5,000. He's like, well, you got to show me something, man. You got to get up, or else I got to call somebody. You know what I mean?
I'm like, that's cold. Are you surrounded by attorneys
at that point, right? So I'm like, well, halfway. So I get up and hobble, man, and he trying his best to get me to spend that bread, man. He's like, nah, man, I think we got it. I'm like, look, man, I will get eaten by a dragon before you call.
Call me a lift.
There's no way.
Call me an Uber.
I gotta call me anything but that damn ambulance. So anyway, man, I drive home, but it's my left leg. I have a stick shift.
Get out of here.
So I got to drive the stick shift car home.
No.
On this bum knee, and it's like it feel like everything torn. It feel like the meniscus is torn. Whatever. What's in your knee? The knee bone's connected to the what? Like all of that was torn.
The gasket, the piston, the O-ring.
Yeah, all of it. All of it. It needed oil and deruster and whatever, right? So. Yeah, man. So anyway, they at this point the X-rays have shown that it's a fracture.
Because that's what you said in your post, right?
Yeah.
In your tibia.
My tibia fracture, yeah. So like not the actual middle, shin area of the tibia, but like right up by where the knee joint connects. So I'm hoping that it's wrong, and when I get the MRI, they're gonna be like, nah. It's just a sprain and you out for 2 or 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's a fracture, then it's 4 to 6 weeks and blah, blah, blah. But, just to add to the story, your boy don't know how to sit down. You know what I mean? So Friday, fell out of my chair trying to get into it, twisted the joint again.
Oh, gosh.
Right? Had to get up, screamed, F, right? And then like an hour ago, I got up to put ice on it. I'm like, I could hop over here, man. I'm not grabbing these crutches, and immediately twisted it again. So if it wasn't messed up, like if it wasn't a true fracture, it's probably fractured now from all the nonsense I done did at this point. So yeah. You know
what Joe Rogan says, that if you just smoke some weed and pour some Casamigos all over your leg.
Wow.
Smoke a couple cigars, you're gonna be you'd be just fine.
A Russian coworker told me that vodka. She said honestly in Russia they use vodka like almost like vapor rub. So I'm like, oh man, I'm about to go get some vodka, man. Like I said, and if I happen to finish the bottle, I
was gonna say, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like a waste of vodka. No, I've been every morning when I wake up now, I feel like my Achilles tendon is about to jump out of my leg and run across the room.
I can't. I don't even have no opening question. I just don't like this getting old. I was cool with getting old when I wasn't really working out and all of that. Like getting old was cool. You know what I'm saying? Drink more beer, talk
leaning
more trash.
Into it. Yeah. Now you're trying.
Right?
Now you're trying.
Now you're trying to stay healthy and move around. It's like, man, getting old is trash when you trying.
It's garbage.
It's like you should just not try.
It's garbage. You know how I end my showers now?
What's that?
I rinse off and then I grab the shower head off and I put the water completely cold and spray it on my knees and the back of my legs for like 30, as long as I can stand, basically.
Wow. This is all the tricks of the trade. All of this. This is what happens when in an internet generation where there's all this information about how to.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's on YouTube somewhere.
I love YouTube. YouTube's great.
YouTube is like, man, who needs to go to school?
Did I get to brag on the air about my handyman heroics?
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead. After we've had one downfall, let's have some good news.
And I think wifey is low key. She's being supportive. She's playing her position. She's being supportive. Mm-hmm. But I think she's low key bent because she wanted a new washer dryer set.
Oh yeah.
So the dryer went out, and I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
No. And I insisted that it wasn't. Then I pulled it out from where it was. I was like, oh, maybe the vent just pushed the gas valve off or constricted it so that it wasn't feeding enough gas. So I was like, oh, maybe that was it. And then I put it back, I turned it fully on. I put it back in. And it's like, it's working. Then soon after that, stopped working again. So I go, you know what? Let's just try and figure out what it is. And I'm like, I'm not going to figure out what it is. And I figured out what it was.
Wow.
The part was $8, and I fixed it in about a half hour. And you could tell she was like, good job.
Yeah. She handed you a beer, but it was warm.
Now we can keep using that Sears Kenmore dryer from 1962.
Dude, it's the only way to fly. It's the greatest dryers ever, man. They've been lasting for like 100 years. Like, You should want one of those. Oh man, Suge actually does that. Like he actually fixes dryers and.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's yeah. He asked me. I didn't know he was doing all that stuff. But yeah, it's like yeah. But our dryer, I mean, in fairness, our dryer is like a toaster. Like you basically just said how burnt you want your clothes to be when it comes out.
Love it. Love it. I love every second of that. Look, man. But the thing about it is, you didn't fix the dryer. You fixed the. What type of dryer? Because this was the old head energy part of it. It wasn't the fact that you fixed your dryer. It's the fact that you called it the clothes dryer. Like we didn't know what a dryer was. If you would have, you know what I mean?
There are various types of things you might need to dry. Trey?
Would we have assumed that you fixed your hair dryer? Why, under any circumstances, would we be like, all right, well, Kev must be talking about the hair dryer? Why did you call it the clothes dryer? What is going on?
I don't know. Maybe that's a Hawaii thing. But that is it? I don't know. Is it?
I don't think
It's
so.
like I feel like there is an aspect of Pigeon that you just throw extra words in when they're not needed.
Or take out words.
Like saying hand soap or something like that or
No. The best part of and I guess I don't know if this would be considered Pigeon or not, is how a shopping cart is called a wagon.
Oh, is it? I never heard that.
But like, yo, get the wagon, and I was like, what is a wagon? All right, whatever.
But yeah,
all right, man.
Yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, the clothes dryer. I was like, you fixed the clothes dryer. What's wrong with you?
My new move is to order something from Amazon, then it breaks, and then it's so easy to just write a message to the company. And nowadays, like they're making so much money off you, they don't even care. So they just send you a new one, right?
Yeah.
So once I know they're sending a new one, then I'm like, oh, okay, well, this gives me free reign to try and fix the thing that's broken.
Work on it. Yep.
And that I just did that the other day. I will not say which product it was for, but it worked.
Hey, you know what? We will not incriminate ourselves. Matter of fact, because of that, we're just gonna go ahead and move on because we don't want anybody checking in on us. So, yo, Kev, we're gonna get to the other side, man. You ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
Rap Sucks Radio. Blah, 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 blah.
What up, y'all? You are live on Rap Sucks Radio with your homeboy Track Life and your fam, Kev Sakoda.
Mr. Fix It.
Mr. Fix It in the house, man. We'd like to thank each and every one of y'all for tuning in, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you would like to catch past episodes of Rap Sucks Radio, you can go to rapsucksradio.com or any of your favorite podcasting platforms. And if you would like to catch this on your television, you can go to BTSN, that's Behind the Scenes Network. Download the app or channel on any of your Amazon or your Roku or your Amazon Fire devices. We are right there with plenty of other dope content. They're retooling the whole thing. It's coming out dope. I know I've made promises that we'll kind of do updates on there, and then I decided to throw my knee in the trash, but I will be right back doing videos to make sure that all the information is up there for y'all. But either way, BTSN, Behind the Scenes Network, we want in.
The man is playing hurt. Yo, I got one more thing to say. Man. I got one more thing to say about
sure.
the Mr. Fix It.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a snowflake, left-wing, pansy, liberal, bleeding heart, piece of garbage, go on YouTube to look up how to fix anything.
Okay.
Because 9 times out of 10, what you are going to find is somebody with a MAGA hat on that tells you exactly what to do.
Oh my God! All the Fixer people are awfully it's crazy conservative, and they'd be like, "What you do is, so you take the back end of the microphone off, right, and you fix it. Now this is one of the microphones the niggers like. The niggers really like this microphone, and I don't think the niggers should be singing on it. But if you really want to fix it,
there's a father-son duo, and I obviously don't know what their politics are, but they are very Southern. They're a couple of Caucasian fellers, very Southern. But these guys are engineers. Like they're, trained engineers, electrical and mechanical, I think.
Sure.
And there's this video that they made, one of a few videos that are out there, where they created a see-through carburetor, like a transparent.
What?
So you can see how the air and fuel
Wow.
mix, and like, yeah, they figured out how to do it so you can actually sort of see it and it fires and everything like that. And I'm watching this, I'm going,
You gotta send me that. That's crazy. I
I'm
want to see
going,
that.
Kev, you are so stupid.
Oh, dude. I just to carry this on and bore the audience more, I actually have the TechTube thing. I follow TechTube on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nah.
No?
No. I definitely didn't pay attention in class. Whatever. I didn't pay no attention in class. It'd be kids doing like little straw propellers, and I'd be like, dude, I don't know how to do none of that. I was writing raps and gambling in class. Now I don't know I don't know nothing. Like, why do all these people know this stuff? I have no idea. People be in the comment section explaining. I want to fight them. Like, man.
My daughter asked me today. She asked me about static electricity, and I started talking. I'm like, you know what, baby? I don't know. I don't know. I said I'm saying words, but I don't think the words I'm saying are correct.
Like, I know about static selector, but I don't know about static electricity. That's just a whole other thing. You realize the field that I've been working in? It's great for entertainment and great for meeting great people, but it's definitely not the greatest field for education. Oh man! Look, speaking of not great for education, all right. All
right, let's talk.
For the first time in Rap Sucks radio history, 4 years, Kev, 4 years. I have to, it's been 4 years.
It's big.
Is this the first time we've ever had a tie? Like, we actually have a tie. Like, there's so many people that are bugging that we actually ended up with a tie. Like, good grief.
All right, the score's been tabulated several times. We've recalled the vote. We've gone in with the cyber ninjas and recounted all the statistics. We've torn the machines apart, and yes, it appears that statistically speaking, we are in a dead heat tie.
We are in a dead heat tie. All right, so listen. These are all the people. Now, you know what? This is your part, man. Who is hella bugging right now?
The following 4 candidates. And, actually, I don't know if I should say all of them. Well, I will say all of them. I don't know if we're going to talk about all of them, but maybe this will give us a goal. Keep us on task. The 4 parties who are hella bugging on this week are Spotify. And in the number 2 slot, but first in your heart, Susan Collins.
All right. Susan Collins.
NFL overtime rules.
Yes, definitely. Yep.
And coming in coming in the 4th position, but again, probably, at the top of your list.
Yeah.
The first Orange American.
All right.
Judge.
We are doing
of the United States.
Oh. All right.
Oh.
Yo, so we're going to try to get through all of these in one. This is a whole show's worth of first topic, but here we go. All right. So let's get with part 1. Let's get with Spotify, right?
Okay.
So Spotify will add a COVID advisory to podcast after the Joe Rogan controversy. So, of course, source for this is npr.org, but God, this is all over the place.
Yeah.
So Spotify is involved in this. These are the players involved. Spotify, Joe Rogan, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, and just overall bad royalty rates, which is, generally Spotify's thing, right? So music streaming service Spotify says it will implement changes to guard against COVID-19 misinformation after some high-profile artists and public figures criticized the platform for hosting Joe Rogan's hit podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience. Music legends Neil Young and Joni Mitchell each pulled their music from Spotify over their objections to Rogan, who experts say has repeatedly made false claims about the coronavirus and vaccines. Over the weekend, Niels Lofgren also confirmed he had his music pulled. Author and researcher Bryn Brown said she would stop releasing new podcasts until further notice. And Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have also expressed their concerns about COVID misinformation on the platform. On Sunday, it was this past Sunday, right? or the Sunday before?
No, I think it was just yesterday.
Yeah, yes. Okay, cool. On Sunday, Spotify's founder and CEO Daniel, is it Ek? Ek, right?
Yeah,
Daniel Ek
Ek
said in a statement that the company didn't want to be a content censor, but that it could have been more transparent about its internal content policies. So here's the quote. Based on the feedback over the last several weeks, it's become clear to me that we have an obligation to do more to provide balance and access to widely accepted information from the medical and scientific communities. I was going to say scientifical. Shout out to J. Rue the Damager. Scientific communities guiding us through this unprecedented time. X said. So Spotify will add a new content advisory to any podcast episode that discusses COVID-19, which will direct listeners to a hub with data-driven facts, up-to-date information as shared by scientists, physicians, academics, and public health authorities around the world, as well as links to trusted sources, X said. The content advisory is believed to be the first of its kind by a major podcasting platform, and so there's that. In December, a coalition of scientists, medical experts, and others sent Spotify a letter highlighting false and misleading claims Rogan has made on his podcast, such as encouraging young people to not get vaccinated and promoting ivermectin. I can't. How do you pronounce that? How do you say that, Kev?
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin. Okay, I always want to say ever. Anyway, ivermectin to treat COVID-19 despite Food and Drug Administration warnings to the contrary. All right, Kev, take it away.
Yeah. I don't know. Is this just a silly conversation, really? Silly controversy?
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Should they?
Should they what?
Should they? I mean, they're already doing it, but is it prudent to do so? Here's the thing.
To what? Put the warning up? Or the whatever? The link?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
It's
Joe Rogan, he's been out there.
Yeah. At this point, it's sort of a listen. I don't think there's anyone listening to anything right now, whether it's YouTube, whether it's a podcast, whether it's us right now on Rap 6 Radio, that hasn't chosen a side and made decisions on what they believe and don't believe concerning this. You're either listening. At this point, people are listening for validation, right? So, I always bring this guy up as George Sedano. I don't really like him as a sports host. I think he's a bit pointless and arrogant. But one thing he said that I will always stick to is he said people should look for information, not affirmation. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it's all affirmation. There's not a lot of people looking for information. So I understand why people are upset, and I understand Spotify reacting to that. More for business reasons, obviously, than true concern. Let's keep it real. But I don't know. Normally, I would be on the other side of this, but I'm kind of like, whatever. There's no one that doesn't know what they're listening to, and for people who are, I don't want to just say anti-vax, but for your Marjorie Green or whatever the lady type people, whatever, like they're already this just proves their point, validates their argument. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't genuinely validate. I'm saying in their mind, this is more affirmation. Like, see, the powers that be are trying to shut us down. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, because that's the whole thing. And I mean, I do understand people being angry and people saying, oh, he's got such a big platform and it's irresponsible and this and that. And I don't agree with his take on this. I don't agree with a lot of things that he says. There are certain, I'll tune in. If he has Elon on, I don't like either of them particularly that much, but I'll listen to him because he asks the kind of questions that idiots like us would ask Elon if we were in a room with him.
Exactly.
Yeah, like can donkeys really fly at some point in time? And Elon will give him
smoke weed.
Yeah, exactly. Just to watch them smoke weed.
You have one of the greatest minds in our current lifetime, and we were like, "Dude, he's smoking weed." Like it was just that, and that was like the only thing. So yeah, I stopped listening to Joe Rogan because the show is like 17 hours.
It's
and I was
17
like, at some point,
hours
I gotta
long.
live
if
my
you
life.
have that much time to listen to every episode,
Yeah.
you know what? Go ahead and believe whatever he says.
Exactly.
Like, good Lord.
Yeah.
And by the way, if the guy, I assume he's actually, that's the thing about him is that I assume he's actually not vaccinated. Because I feel like that's the one thing about him is that he actually does the things that he says that he does. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like he's the kind of person who doesn't believe the things that he's saying, whether I agree with them or not. Like, there's plenty of people out there who are on big news networks that are saying on some anti-vax that are vaccinated, which is nuts.
Yeah. Yeah,
you know, and
crazy.
they started to change their tune to say that they are anti-vax mandate. It's like, dude, you're saying the same thing, but you're trying to be cute about it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, no, I'm not vaccinated. And then he went and got COVID, and I think it knocked him on his ass for a week or two.
Yeah.
And, you know, he's a healthy dude, and that's his
He
theory
walked through it.
of the case.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but, man, I don't know. Are there people who did not get vaccinated because of Joe Rogan? Probably. Are they also out there hunting bison and elk with a bow and arrow and freezing the meat for 3 years? Probably not. So, you know, it's like, hey, pick and choose it's like you said, they're picking and choosing the information they want to get. I'm going to pick and choose to hear Kanye say something stupid. On a 3-hour podcast with Joe Rogan. That's, you know, because he's comfortable enough to go there and do it. But I'm also going to sit there and maybe listen to 3 hours of Dave Chappelle. Be really comfortable to say some funny stuff with Joe Rogan. If you know, every so often, you know. So, but Spotify is not going to, I mean, what does Spotify really care? No. It's like, are they really concerned about giving up all that sweet 70-year-old demographic cheddar that it's like, come on, man.
That they just figured out that they could get. Like, whoa.
It's like, whoa. Yeah.
We got those guys too? We had no idea we'd ever get that
Someone
base.
tweeted out that Neil Young is so brave to give up the $6.22 that he was going to make off Spotify this year. It's like,
yeah,
come on,
man. Basically, at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm not. It's a story.
Yeah.
But it's also, okay, well, that's good that you guys did it. But at the end of the day, I don't know. I feel like there are better battles, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
that's
Rogan has said some ignorant racist stuff recently and in the past. I mean, racially ignorant. I don't know if it's like super racist or whatever, but and he's definitely had racist people on the show. But he also shut down Candace Owens like about 2 or 3 weeks ago when she was saying something stupid.
Yeah.
So, you know, whatever. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But he generally doesn't also like argue with people on his show. I don't think he has like.
No.
He's just sitting there listening to people say whatever they want to say. I guess.
Yeah, he'll disagree, but for the most part, yeah. I mean, it's just it's weird. It just. I mean, I feel like it's one of those things that when the show was really good, it was, you know, kind of cool, right? And it wasn't as this whole Spotify thing, the accessibility, the publicity wasn't really there. But now that it's actually just an alright show, now all of a sudden we're talking about it more. It's like, I don't know, or maybe that's just the underground hip hop head in me, where it's like I was listening to it before anybody else was. You know what I mean? Whatever. All right, so part 2, hella bugging. Reasons for this one. So Biden's handling of Supreme Court vacancy has been clumsy at best, says Senator Collins. This is abcnews.go is the source for this. Again, also kind of well around the internet. Players involved are Susan Collins, Joe Biden, and female African American legends. Yes, multiple ones involved in this situation. Senator Susan Collins from Maine said while she welcomes diversity on the Supreme Court, President Biden's handling of replacing retiring Justice Stephen Breyer so far has been clumsy at best. She says, I would welcome the appointment of a black woman to the court, the Republican senator told ABC this week. The show's called This Week. Anchor oh my God, not doing it. Not doing it. Good grief, man.
Papadopoulos.
Like a cat in a hat. Stephanopoulos. On Sunday, I believe that diversity benefits the Supreme Court, but the way that the president has handled this nomination has been clumsy at best. All right, we're repeating this. So Breyer announced his retirement from the High Court on Wednesday. President Joe Biden has pledged to replace him with a black woman, and a promise he first made on the campaign trail. It's a decision Collins critiqued, telling Stephanopoulos that Biden's rhetoric as presidential candidate helped politicize the entire nomination process. I'm sorry, as if it wasn't politicized before. Okay. All right. And she continues to say, it adds to the further perception that the court is a political institution like Congress when it's not supposed to be. Where was she? The last? Well, okay. Anyway,
I think she was. I know where she was. She was in the splash zone when Kavanaugh was crying about beer and in raping.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's like, I like beer and sometimes rapes.
It's horrible. Him and R. Kelly had equal type of meltdowns, and whatever.
Yeah.
She
was Kavanaugh's Gayle King. That's what she was.
Good grief. Yeah. Collins added, "So I certainly am open to whomever he decides to nominate. My job as a senator is to evaluate the qualifications of that person under the advice and consent role." Referencing the previous interview with Senator Dick Durbin, Stephanopoulos asked, "You say that it's clumsy, but isn't, as Senator Durbin pointed out, isn't it exactly what President Reagan did when he said that he would appoint a woman to Supreme Court? Isn't it exactly what President Trump did when he said that he would appoint a woman to replace Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg?" Okay. Mm-hmm. She responded, "Actually, this isn't exactly the same. I've looked at what was done in both cases, and what President Biden did was, as a candidate, make this pledge. And that helped him politicize the entire nomination process. That's different. What President Reagan said is, as one of his Supreme Court justices, he would like to appoint a woman, and he appointed a highly qualified one in Sandra Day O'Connor." So she didn't really say it was different.
I don't know.
He said it before.
What's up with her?
Tripping.
You heard her talk? I'm gonna be the Rap Sex Radio Joe Rogan. Why does she always sound so weird? She always sounds like she went out drinking with. She sounds like Marge Simpson went out drinking with Brett Kavanaugh.
I'm fighting for my life out here. Go ahead. Sorry.
But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. She could have just stopped it. I would welcome a black woman to the court.
I mean, this process, especially over the last 4 years, right, has been highly politicized. Well, let's go. It's
always highly politicized.
This is the. Yeah, I don't understand her take here. I mean, it's
But she's not the only one. They're all trying to use it to say this and that about affirmative action. It's like, really, like if you can say, you know what, I wish that's what I wish one of these reporters would ask. Of all the times that African American female judge has been appointed to the high court, can you name all the times that has gone wrong for this country?
0.
Pretty much. They have a hit rate of 100% success, perfection.
Bottom line, yeah.
Also, by the way, because there's never been one, so maybe you should just shut up.
Thus my point. 0. It hasn't happened. 0.
Oh man. The one take that I heard that I was like, because I had thought about it, and then he said it. He said, Jimmy Kimmel said, you know who they should appoint is Anita Hill. Which is an idea whose time has come.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if we could jump the shark on Rap Radio, but it's officially happened. I'm gonna leave that one all the way alone. All right, let's move on to topic number 3.
Okay.
Who else? It's a tie for who.
It's a tie.
We getting it. Hey, bat. What's up? We
unprecedented.
Everybody, buck them down. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is gonna be brief, man. NFL rules. are under controversy, but the Chiefs end up on both sides of the divide. NFL.com, source for this. Players involved in the NFL, Kansas City Chiefs, network ad sales department. Shut up, Kev. All right. Listen, man, first of all, before we start this, Patrick Mahomes has the most punchable face in sports.
Wow. What do you mean, still in, or as of this past weekend, still in contention, or?
Oh, God. The two most punchable faces in sports, in football, Patrick Mahomes and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Okay.
Both of them lost. And I was like,
I would definitely put man bun Aaron Rodgers.
Well, he was number 3. But yes, all 3 of the punchable faces lost. But Aaron Rodgers didn't become punchable face until this time around. Like, no matter how good, I would admit that Patrick Mahomes is the most punchable face.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
All right.
He's no Tom Brady. Tom Brady is an angel. Tom Brady is the Kim Kardashian of the NFL.
Wow. Yo.
Kim Kardashian Davidson.
Why were they sitting up there looking like that, by the way? With the cover over the head and it what? Yo, what? And I know, man, I know it's for attention. I know we're not supposed to fall for it. We're supposed to be wiser and better than this. But Kev,
you fell for it.
I had to look at that and be like, y'all know what y'all knew. This, you knew it. You knew this was. It just makes me clearly think the whole thing's fake. But anyway, all right. So to finish the most thrilling divisional round in ages might have been the only letdown from the entire weekend. An almost unbelievable shootout ended in a fashion that became predictable as soon as Josh Allen's tails call failed. This wasn't an audible, but was the Buffalo Bills' choice. In the overtime cost, it landed heads, giving the Chiefs the choice to receive the impromptu vigorous roar from Kansas City faithful, horrible fan base at Arrowhead Stadium. Patrick Mahomes promptly led to, basically what happened was the game went into overtime. I'm going to just go ahead and summarize this.
Yeah, and I think I pulled this from a couple weeks ago, so this story.
Yeah, so overtime comes. And in the NFL, the overtime rules go as follows. So there's a coin toss. Each team gets a chance unless the defense scores on the first possession. So if you throw an interception and then and the defense scores, game's over, right? Or if the offense scores a touchdown, game is over. Right. But if it's a field goal on the first possession, then the other team has a chance to get back. Bottom line, right? So I explained that all horribly, but basically you have to either score a touchdown or the other team gets a chance. So the Chiefs went down and scored a touchdown. But what happened the following week, yesterday, was that the Chiefs were in the exact same position and got stopped. So it would be okay to change the rule, you know what I'm saying? Kind of a sudden death type thing. But in the end, the very following week, we saw that it didn't work. That the team was able to stop them and win the game. You know what I mean? So I'm not all the way sold. And I wasn't when people were complaining about it. I'm like, I'm going to tell you what your problem is. All right. I'm a Raider fan. All right. So just hear me out here. Because we are a long-suffering fan base that has a team that is part of the list of glory teams, but does not have any glory in the last 20 years, right? And we're living off of past glories, right? But the Tuck rule stole our glory from us, okay? But the Raiders had a whole quarter to win the game after that. And this is where I stand with the Bills. The Bills aren't complaining, by the way. And I don't see a lot of Bills fans complaining. I think this is a press thing where the press is really complaining about the rules, and this was their chance to use it. all you had to do to win the game was stop Kansas City for 19 seconds. That's it. 19 seconds in the fourth quarter. You had the lead in 19 seconds and lost. So, you got to hold this L.
You have to hold the L.
That's it.
And we've talked about it every week throughout this season. And I'm not going to be the, breaking down gameplay during the playoffs, dude, when I haven't watched most of the rest of the season. But this is the thing that's killed me over the last couple of weeks, because by all accounts, best 2 weeks of NFL football probably in decades,
man.
right?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
What I realize is that NFL fans and the NFL press are a bunch of Karens. A bunch of overweight, bloated Karens. You guys will find anything to complain about.
Yeah. Anything, yeah.
If you're going to complain about a dude taking a knee, as soon as it becomes unfashionable to complain about a dude taking a knee, you're going to complain about the rules that everybody understands. You're going to complain about it on 2 successive weeks when the same team was on both sides of that rule.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want to win a game, don't end up at the end of regulation tied. How about that?
That's my thing. I am aware that these are professional athletes. You're not playing against chumps. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But my rule is, if you don't want to lose by 1, be up by 20.
That's right. Don't sub out when you're up by 23. Run that score up.
Left my knee out there.
Man.
Left my knee right out there.
I'm really like, I was like, Trek, you were up by 23, bro.
It's up by 23, man.
Take a seat.
Take a seat. I should have just chilled out, man.
That's what I'm saying. You drive a stick. Have you played this? Have you gamed this out in your head? You drive a manual transmission.
Listen, I play basketball up the street from my house, less than 2 miles, and never get hurt. But the day that I drive all the way to Burbank is the day that I'm like, come on. Why though?
Did I tell you or did I tell my dad? I was like, my worst fear is that I'm going to be out running somewhere, not too far away from my house, but far enough that if I go down, I'm going to have to call my wife to come pick me up or call an Uber to drive like 10 blocks.
Well, while we talking about that, so again, it was such a simple thing, right? Just a step and a fall, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing that ran through my mind, honestly, the biggest fear was that that could have happened at Snapback or emceeing an event or performing on stage, because it wasn't like I did anything special for it to happen. So it's like it was bound to happen. You know what I mean?
You've been standing on a house of cards
this whole time, and then finally it happened. So I'm thinking in my brain, I'm going, Kev, I'm driving home, and with every menacing step to press that clutch in, I'm thinking,
man,
dude, what if I was like, throw your hands in the air? Oh, that's
what happened to me with my shoulder. My shoulder originally got injured in the most glorious fashion ever. Legit injury. But when I finally had to get surgery was because I was holding on to a doorknob and I sneezed too hard and it popped out. And that was
that's how it happens. That's how it happens. My brother was just walking through the kitchen, ruptured his Achilles. Like just
ooh.
Yeah, just out for like 2 months, gone.
Ooh. See, that's the worst.
Just walking through the kitchen, man.
You got to be careful out there.
You do, man. There ain't no such thing as halfway knees. You know what I mean? Scared to death. Scared to look. You shook. You know what I'm saying?
That's the last thing I have to say about these NFL fans.
Okay.
You're going to get mad because a dude took a knee. The reason the dude took a knee, I hope we all understand what that was about. Now, it was not about the military. It was not about the flag. It was not about the national anthem. It was not about the country. It was not even really about all police. It was about senseless police brutality. And what is your answer to senseless police brutality? Well, if you would have just followed the rules
Right.
and listened, you wouldn't have gotten killed.
Right.
Everybody knows the rules, the overtime rules.
Everybody knows You've had 19 seconds.
Somebody got to take a nap.
19 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
Should we go? Should we go tailgate at SoFi?
No. For what? Why? All right. So let's get into this last one. So former President Donald Trump dangles prospect of pardons for January 6th. I laughed.
Wow,
so
boy!
I don't know why
Wow,
so
boy! He's. I tell you what. Oh, I love this. I'm about to turn into Joe Rogan right now.
Dude, I've been hearing him kind of ramp up for 2024, and I'm like, we got to go through this again.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This dude, he's like, you remember how, aside from Biggie and Craig Mack, Puffy's best promo campaigns were behind the worst albums.
Okay. Sure.
Actually, I think most record promo campaigns, the best ones are behind the worst albums. Trump, your boy.
Yeah, he
the Orange Assassin. He knows that L is coming.
He's like, am I gonna be the worst? Yeah, I'm gonna be the worst. It's time for me to be the worst. He's like, no, don't be the worst. No, I'm about to be the worst.
He's just promoting just what I don't know. What do we got to take it back to? What are the worst albums that have ever come out from an artist?
Worst albums that have ever come out? Oh, man.
Not worst ever. I'm saying like worst album, worst most anticipated albums. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like Nas has probably done that to his fans at some point in time.
Yeah, Nas has done it multiple times. Yes. Gravediggers record wasn't that great. There's been a couple.
What was that? But I think you liked it. But whatever that Electric Commotion was that?
I didn't like that
album from Common.
I just thought the opening song was one of his better opening songs. Okay. Yeah. And Hustle was a dope song off that. But you called it the Gay Boat Ride. The name of the record was Electric Circus.
I called it that?
Yes. That is exactly what you called it, and you would never back off of that. That is what you used to call that record. We used to die laughing. Me and Silo used to crack up because that is what you would refer to. And not once. Not man. You didn't just say it once and go away from it. That was what you called that record, the Gay Boat Ride.
I regret saying that. Because that disparages.
Kev used to be like, what's that record called? The Gay Boat Ride?
To my all my LGBTQI plus friends and family, I'm sorry. That was
right.
I should not have put you in the same boat.
Yeah, as that
album.
As that Electric Circus record. But that first song was dope. So yeah, let's get into that. I lost my train of thought. All right. Former President Donald Trump dangles prospect of pardons for January 6th defendants. USAtoday.com reports this. Players involved with Trump and just basically dum-dums. I agree. At a weekend rally in Conroe, Texas, former President Donald Trump dangled the prospect of pardons for supporters who participated in the storming of the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, if he returns to the White House. He says, if I run and if I win, we will treat those people from January 6th fairly, Trump said Saturday night during a rally. And if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons because they are being treated so unfairly. Kev. All right.
Does this quote also say, because I heard actually some of what he actually said. He also said that the people who are looking into him, who at this point the highest profile two are Letitia James in New York, the Attorney General in New York, and I think her name is Fonnie Willis in Georgia, investigating what he did around the election. Both African American women. Mm-hmm. He said that those investigating Donald Trump are racist.
Uh-oh. Settle down. Everyone sit down and relax.
Oh, man. I feel like this dude is out there. Like, you know how most comedians, they go out and they try and work up. They start out with a few minutes and try to work up to a solid half hour of material that they know can kill. I feel like he's out there and he needs to get rid of the classics.
He's got to cut some.
He's just got to cut for time.
Cut for
but
time.
He's doing it. He's doing it as we watch.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I wouldn't disagree with that. I don't have time for this. I'm gonna have to deal with this for a whole 8 months. I don't have any time for this. I can't believe it's oh man, we're gonna be back here again.
The dude knows how to get votes. He's literally, if you remember, what was that? Was that Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? What movie was that? The San Dimas High School football rules.
Oh yeah, Bill and Ted's. Yeah,
yeah. He is the human version of San Dimas High School football rules. He'll just the man knows how to get a vote. I'll give him that.
Gosh.
I'll give him that.
Like I said, honestly, this is my honest answer to this.
You know who has a punchable face?
Oh, God.
That guy.
Well, yeah, I said Patrick Mahomes has the most punchable face in sports, not in general. Donald Trump has the most punchable face in general, human history. I like how I presented this to my neighbor, and my neighbor had to make sure we included someone black into this. And we all noticed it. We all looked around okay, Patrick Mahomes is half black. You don't have to do this thing where we make sure that someone... My neighbor had to make certain that someone black was in that punchable face conversation. I loved it.
Who else was in the conversation?
He added Antonio Brown, who punchable actions but not punchable face. You know what I mean? Terrell Owens.
Oh, so that's the direction he's coming from.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, all right, so all dark-skinned black men have punchable faces. No. I've never heard that about any black man before, particularly a darker-skinned black man. I've never heard anybody say they had a punchable face. But I will agree with. I brought up John Sally in sports. John Sally definitely had a punchable face. So I'll roll with that. And Isaiah Thomas too, actually.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The reactions. The reaction face.
Yeah. All right. Here we go, Kev.
All right.
This might be my favorite one. This might be just because how it happened, what the ultimate story was. Yo,
I actually did. Yeah, you gave this to me last minute, so I don't know if I even know how this all happened.
All right, let me open up the article just so I can actually go over it and tell you what actually happened.
And by the way, so that was the end of the main portion of the show, the
Yes.
4-way tie. So you can write in. I think. Yeah, right. What's our mailing address, Trek? They can write in with their vote for who won the tie, who broke the tie.
It is 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't care what you write at.
Password guessed.
Yeah, at California 90001 whatever. Your opinion doesn't matter. Road. All right, so. Let me get to this. Kev, ready? All right, so set it up real quick. What up, y'all? It is time for the Sakoda Ones, where we drop a headline on my man Kev. This is actually a genuine Sakoda one because it's given to him at the last minute, and he did not have time to study the article, so he actually is just genuinely reacting to the headline only at this point. And we let Kev be the clever man that he is. So, Kev, are you ready for your headline?
I think so. I kind of cheated.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right.
No. Florida man wakes up with headache and finds bullet lodged in head.
Yeah. That'll be the last time he leaves the seat up.
Wow. So you're kind of aware of what happened, right?
Oh, I guess, yeah, that's why I said I cheated.
All right, fair enough. But
He told her he wasn't hard-headed.
Kev, who wakes up and finds a bullet in their head, though? Like, oh, what happened?
That's where I left that. But tell him
He
what
woke up-
happened, though.
He woke up with a terrible headache and found out he had a bullet in his head. So his wife said, so Michael Mullen, this is in Florida, by the way. Florida's crazy. Woke up early yesterday morning. This article is also from 2007. I should note that. Early in the morning and thought he had suffered an aneurysm or that his wife had elbowed him in his sleep. Kev. Whoa. His wife eventually told authorities that she accidentally shot him in the head. Kev. She was also arrested prior to that for cocaine possession. So
she woke up in the middle of the night, started cleaning her gun.
Behind his head.
Too hard. In the general direction of his cranium.
Popped that dude in the head. And he didn't die. She was like, what? It's like that. It's like, what? Oh no! I thought he was dead. Wait, what? How was she? She must have popped that dude, right?
Right. Down, went back to sleep.
Yeah, went back to sleep. and this fool in the morning was like, she was like, oh my God. It's like a ghost.
He's like, did you elbow me?
Yeah, did you elbow me in the head? She's like, what?
What? In this article, why does it look like he got arrested too?
I don't know. Man.
He looks like a mugshot. He looks like broke Oscar De La Hoya.
He does. Yeah.
What is going on right now?
Yeah, fam look wrecked.
Well, he got shot in the head, so hey, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know how good you would
space.
Look. Yeah. So that motherfucker woke up like, oh man, well, it's kind of dry. It's a hole back here.
Getting old is tough.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Yeah. Listen,
I don't know the sheriff's name.
No, let me see. I peeped the sheriff's name.
Yeah, it's a good name.
This is Sheriff Ken Mascara.
That's a good name. That's a good name. It's a good name. That if you grow up with a name like Ken Mascara,
yeah,
you know you want to have a job where you can carry a gun.
You do
when you grow up. Yeah,
you do.
Yeah. You might make an album with Common.
At least one record.
One of the lesser known works.
The worst record he did was the Universal Mind Control record or whatever that joint was.
Oh,
dude,
I disagree. I think I disagree.
Oh, really?
Well, worst is definitive. That Electric Conundrum record, whatever it was called, I strongly feel like that was the worst, hands down.
First of all, I'm gonna roll with you, but listen.
There have been a few Common records I have not enjoyed. Common also has made some of my favorite records.
I was about to say
rap.
Resurrection. One day it'll all make sense.
Of course,
we have to clearly state because people go, "You hating." No, that dude has made some amazing records. The B record, amazing record. Like,
absolutely
great records.
Yeah, with one of the nuttiest people in the music industry.
Yeah, but listen, on Electric Circus.
Yeah,
like I said, the intro and Hustle are banging. Those
Okay.
are banging joints. There is not a single banging song on the Universal Mind Control joint. And listen, that is Pharrell's worst beat. Pharrell literally ran his fingers across the keyboard and gave it to Common.
I feel like that was Pharrell's. That was Pharrell's Planet Rock.
It was so horrible. And whenever people play it, I just get. There are very few songs like I'm not a big fan of Nelly. Y'all all know that, but it doesn't piss me off when DJs play Nelly because I get it. Like I get it. Like people like that song. You know what I mean? And so who am I?
Wait, hold on. Say that again.
It doesn't. No, listen. I hate the song, and I hate
which one. He's got so many. He's got such a vast catalog.
Song. All of the goofy songs he's done, and every goof time he's touched the microphone, I dislike all of it. But I understand that these are hit records, and if you are going to be in a club environment, people are going to play hit records. I get it, right? When people play Universal Mind Control, I'm like, why though? There's no reason to play this record. It's literally zero reason to play this record. You just playing this like you fold deep right now. You know what I mean? Like you got on knit slippers for no reason. Like what are you doing as a DJ? What are you doing with your life when that record comes on? No, it's a genuine question. I won't go as far as to say I hate you, but I don't know, man. Punchable face DJ.
Wow.
Punchable face DJ.
I also feel like Common put that record out at a time in which
he could have put a doper record out. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, no, I cut you off at the pass. I knew exactly what you was going to say. He put that record out when he could have put a better record out. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's the answer.
All right.
That's the answer.
Right. Listen, man, thank y'all for tuning in.
Whatever, his Sergeant Common's Lonely Hearts Club Band record, Electric Boogaloo record. That was not any better than whatever the Universal. Whatever.
I mean, it wasn't that much. They both was awful, but whatever. Universal Mind Control was worse. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. If y'all would like to catch past episodes of Rap Sucks Radio, you can go to rapsucksradio.com, any of your favorite podcasting platforms, and check us out. Yo, that's it. We out, man. I am your homeboy Trek Life. That over there is your fam Kev Sakoda.
Can I borrow $1?
See? Let's get back to that. Where's no ID at? Anyway, yo, man, we'll holler at y'all next week. On the count of three, we say peace. 1, 2, 3. Peace. We out of here, y'all.
It's a boat ride.
Trash. All right, we out. Peace.